Hello and welcome to our course navigation. This is Accounting 461, Accounting Information Systems. First and foremost, you will see that in D2L, which is our learning management system, is where most of our materials are housed. So you would first want to navigate to d2l.iup.edu to locate our course. Then once you've located our course, you will be at the course homepage. And I would like to show you how this would look for yourself as a student. So once you come into the course, this will closely resemble your view. Keep in mind that certain items you will not be able to see, and they may be visible on my screen because I have the instructor profile and you are all at the student profile. First, I want to introduce you to the class and tell you how to get started. Hopefully you've received that announcement. Then just give you a little bit of background about myself to make sure that maybe you know who I am if we haven't had a course together in the past. The most important part of this homepage, I would say, is the calendar because it tells you what assignments are due and when. Keep in mind, this is a summer course in a really short period of time, so we want to make sure that we do the assignments on time. I am unable and will not accept late assignments. You'll just fall far too behind if you don't keep up with the work in the small amount of time we have. So I would then ask you to navigate to the content area, and in the content area you'll see several modules, and as you can see there's 355 items. Don't be overwhelmed. A lot of those are just HTML pages to introduce you to the lesson. I would first recommend you start with the syllabus, understanding what you need to do, and the schedule, just to keep you on track. This syllabus schedule is in the same location. It's actually the last few pages of the syllabus, so just put it in Excel for you, so hopefully you can use it. We will be using Proctorio in this class. We have 3 exams, and all 3 exams will be used. We'll use Proctorio, which is an online software proctoring service. So you are able to take your tests online, but they are proctored, and all 3 exams are closed book, closed note. Therefore, you need to make sure that you are using Google Chrome. Proctorio requires Google Chrome, and that you have a webcam and an audio microphone that you can record. So easy enough. I would say you want to log into this item right here and it will take you to an introductory video. Here are instructions for you to go ahead and actually install Proctorio, get it working on and basically Proctorio is an extension in Google Chrome, and if you see up here this little gray shield, once you've installed Proctorio successfully, this gray shield will be up here and then you can access help and support. Then these right here are instructions for you to take the exam. So this is like a step-by-step guide for you to get you ready to take your first online exam. And I would recommend that you go ahead and complete this mock exam because this is basically a trial run so you can make sure that everything works out well. And once you do take that mock exam, I will get that information and I will review your video feed to make sure that everything is working properly and that you're cleared, if you will, to take your first exam. This piece right here just shows you where that gray shield is, again, the upper top right-hand corner, and if you want to access Proctorio help. Note, you won't see this on your end. We do have 2 projects here. First and foremost, the Systems Understanding Aid. Most of your assignments will be submitted via D2L in the assignment portion of our course, but there are several, the SUA and the Great Plains Project being 2 that you must submit through Armin Dalton Resources. So you want to make sure that you access that page and go ahead and sign up for our section code. There's no additional fee once you purchase the System Understanding Aid and you purchase the Great Plains book. The Great Plains book provides the one-time use access code so you can access Microsoft Dynamics Great Plains through the cloud. So visit this page here, look at the instructions, make sure you sign up for a section code because your answers will be submitted for the Systems Understanding Aid through Armin Dalton Resources. And you'll note here the same information. Here's the Dropbox for the project. It is due on June 11th, and the same information is placed here. Okay, once you submit this project, this video shall be SUA, GL, and General Ledger should be active for you so you can see the correct answers. We will be using the same transaction set from the SUA into Great Plains. The next module you should familiarize yourself with is the Great Plains module. And in here we have project details that you should review, how to register for Great Plains using that access code that is in the front cover of your textbook, and then submitting the project again through Armin Dalton, but by the due date of July 2nd. Now let's access the modules. You will see the modules have 3 sub-modules, with the lesson being one, resources being a second, and assignment being the last sub-module. Most modules are in this fashion. First, let's start with the lesson. Here you'll see quite a bit of pages, right? And then once you click on that link, it will basically take you to a content page, which is pretty much your lesson, and you should read this information coherently with your textbook. So for example, we give you the learning objectives here, and this coincides with Chapter 1 of the Romney 14th edition. And once you click the arrow, you'll go to the next page, and here we're talking about system, data, and information. You want to scroll down and make sure you review all of this and make sure you're reading the textbook as well. And in this piece here, you want to make sure that you're always accessing that next screen, because it'll automatically take you to the next part. Here with this icon, you see the little head and the question mark. These are self-assessment questions. They do not count towards any grade. You can take them as many times as you want, and it'll display the correct answer just to test your immediate knowledge of what you're reading. So let's preview this at the moment, and then you will see that some questions will come up, and you can select an answer, and once you do select the correct answer, you'll see that. If you do not, and you select the incorrect answer, you can just continue to keep selecting your answer until you get it correct. So that's pretty much the lesson and those self-assessments. The next piece of the module is resources. Here you will have a video lecture. Not all modules have a video lecture, but most do. So this video lecture coincides with the student PowerPoint that you have here. Note you won't see this because it's in draft mode. This is just for my end. And each module concludes with assignments. And you'll see you have the Module 1 discussion. Note that most of the discussion forums are due the day after it's introduced. Hence, our class started on June 5th, so this first discussion is due on June 6th. Then you'll note that most other assignments are due the following Sunday. So in this case, you have Quiz 1, which is due on June 11th, and your homework. All of our homework in this course is not graded. Therefore, these are my recommended, what you should complete in order to help you prepare for your quizzes and exam, but it is ungraded. You will not be able to see the correct answers of the homework here unless you submit your assignment to this homework. So in order to access the solutions, you have to submit a homework assignment. It's not graded, but at least you'll be able to see the correct answers. Let's move on to Module 2 so you can see the assignments. Again, the same bit of information. Here's the lesson with several self-assessments, resources, and here is the assignments as well. The only new assignment here is Module 2, Excel. So if you click on that assignment drop box, you'll note that there are specific instructions. Sometimes I give you the Excel template, sometimes not. So please be sure to follow the instructions and download this particular file, and make sure that you submit it to the Dropbox by the due date, one Excel file labeled accordingly. And the other piece of information that I'd like to share with you is once you submit the quiz, then I would recommend you come back to that quiz and start reviewing it. The quiz is the same pool of questions that are used on the quizzes are used for your exams. And now, so make sure you just come back and you keep going over it, and that you understand the concepts that are presented in the quiz or that are tested in the quiz. When it is time to take an exam, as you will see here, our first exam is in Module 5. Every exam will say remotely proctored, which means that Proctorio is enabled, and you have to go through the authentication process, and you have to make sure that you are not visiting any URLs. You're basically taking all exams, closed book, closed note, and they're timed. And each exam, once you select it, has the information. So for example, our first exam, you have 75 minutes to complete, which is 50 multiple choice questions, 2 points each for 100 points. And most of our exams, you will get a question displayed one at a time, and you want to make sure that you're taking the exam within one sitting. So hopefully this helps you access our modules. All of the discussions are located obviously in this discussion tab, and if there are assessments involved, it will let you know. And then we have all of the assignment drop boxes here, so you'll see each assignment drop box. And we have all of our quizzes, which includes exams and quizzes and our proctorio mock exam. So hopefully this helps you navigate through our course and navigate through D2L. Now let's get started and start reviewing the syllabus.